that just made a music video, and I'm one of them. And were you gonna interview me
Sure.
with a video camera? Okay.
What is your name?
My name is MC Confused.
And what are you doing here today? What song is for the music video and stuff?
The song is called Tulips in Transylvania, and you know, the beat's by Yaw Metal, and I sing.
And who's in the tiger suit today?
The tiger suit is Let Go Begin, and she's an artist in her own right.
I'm Let Go Begin.
She's threw down some dancing for the show. Any other questions?
How about what's your favorite part about this song and this life?
Favorite part about the song is where I say, so you said haunted in the script, I should have flaunted my outfit. And favorite part about this life is just being able to walk. Yeah.
Sounds great. And what about your muscles on your shirt there? Is that
well, I was a little out of shape, so I just thought I'd wear a shirt that made it look more in shape.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Excuse me, I'm Curtis from Eureka Live, and I just wanted to ask you what you're doing.
I'm about to fire hoop on the roof of my bus.
Roof of your bus, wow. Did you want to tell Eureka who you are?
I'm Telsey, and I'm doing this for a music video for my sister and her boyfriend Curtis.
Oh.
And Jenny Nexus is helping us with the video.
Right on. What do you think about Eureka having its own TV show? I mean,
think
you know.
That's awesome, because we should show people what's really going on around here from different perspectives.
Yeah, and keep it competitive. I'm sure Arcata and McKinleyville are going to come and step up with the TV show.
Yeah, I bet, but it won't be as interesting as Eureka.
No way, we have just way more tweakers and we're going to win. Right, thanks. Hello?
Hey.
I was just wondering if I could do an interview for a web radio show that I do. It's called Eureka Live. Would you be interested, maybe?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Do you live in Eureka?
I do.
Are you okay.
Yeah, I do live in Eureka.
Right on. And is it a good town?
Yeah, I like Eureka. And
Uh-huh.
I like how it's an affordable city in California. And there's a lot of art going on around here, and it's so beautiful.
Do you know a lot of tweakers here?
No, I think there's just as many drugs here as there are in other places, except for here it's a smaller town, so it seems more exemplified. But I think in comparison to any big city in California, it's not as bad.
Well, why don't you come on over here? I got a friend who's actually filming today, and we're going to go over by the sunset.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Sure.
So, I'm going to let
Wow, this is a great time
you can
to-
interview me today, actually. So.
Okay, so what inspired you to start this radio broadcast?
It was just a lack of media in my hometown, and I don't want to watch Fox News. I'm sick of Vice, and I was just burned out on Adam Carolla's podcast, so basically just to entertain myself.
Yeah, there's so much innovation in this area. That's what I really like about Eureka too, is it seems like it's on this precipice of excitement and just so much to be done here still.
Yeah.
So people like Adam Carolla and other podcasters inspired you to some degree?
Yeah, they did.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Jenny Nexus with Eureka Live, and today we are interviewing
Ilana Turner.
Tell me about your project that you're working on and some details you'd like to share with Eureka.
I'm working on my thesis research project for I'm currently in the middle of a women's studies master's degree, and a few years ago another dancer and I from the Tip Top started talking about how really the most interesting thing that was happening in the strip club was the conversations that we were having among ourselves in the dressing room. And nobody knew that nobody knew that this was happening except for the dancers, and so we thought there was something really important about kind of documenting all the knowledge and wisdom and experience and perspective that dancers have. And so we started writing about it and kind of thinking about how we were going to do this project, and at the same time the owners of the strip club decided that they were going to do a reality series based on the strip club, and Oh man, some of the girls decided they wanted to do it and they were so excited about telling their stories, and then when we saw the trailer it was just like the worst that reality television has to offer. They just like humiliated people and like made them look like they were so like vapid and promiscuous and dramatic, and so like a lot of the girls who had participated were just really disappointed. And so you know, like some of the dancers, me included, were kind of like, well, you know, if we really want to tell a story, and we really want to tell our story, we're not going to be able to rely on anyone else to do it. We're going to need to do it. So we should make our own reality series, or, you know, at least, you know, started to document our stories. And so I took a video production class at the local community college, learned how to use, you know, fully manual professional camera, and learned the basics of using a professional video editing software. And we started shooting. We started doing, we shot in the club a little bit, and then we shot, you know, interviews, but we didn't really know how we were doing it or what we were trying to do. We just do, and so I got basically into editing phase with like dozens of hours of footage, and I didn't know, and it was just very overwhelming. There wasn't a focus. I didn't know I couldn't figure out how to put it together. I was just like overwhelmed with material. And so I kind of realized that I needed some guidance and some structure for this project. And so I went to the library and I started reading all about, you know, what people had written about dancing, and, you know, academic journals and just in pop culture and stuff like that. And then I started really getting into the idea of like, you know, this is a big thing. Like, people really have strong feelings on this, and a lot of people have written about it. And so like what we're doing, I felt like, was really unique, because of all the things that have been written about sex work and about dancers, most of it was not by sex workers or dancers. And those that were by sex workers and dancers were kind of like personal narratives or memoirs and stuff like that, and all of the analysis about our work, and about labor issues, and you know, how power works and all those kind of things. Those were by like experts, you know, but I felt like really, I know I had some thoughts about it, and I feel like that a lot of the other dancers really had some very keen analyses and very astute observations about how you know, power and labor and money and things like that work, the political economy of stripping. And even though we don't use those words, like when you really start reading that kind of like academic literature and understanding what it means, and then you go and hear the same conversations in the strip club, you're like, you know what, like these dancers really get what the fuck is going on, and like people need to know this. So I decided to apply to graduate school to kind of get the support and guidance I needed to do this project, to really like do it justice. So I spent the next year doing all the things you need to do to apply to graduate school. Mind you, I had graduated from undergrad like 10 years before that, so I never thought I was going to go to graduate school. But all the girls really inspired me to want to do this project. So I got into a master's program. I started last August, moved from Humboldt down to San Diego, and then you know, I had to write my, when it came time to write the proposal for my master's thesis, I was like, I know what I'm doing, and put it together this past semester. I got it approved before I came up here. I got it approved like in the spring, in like June. And so now that's basically the project that I'm working on. I have some video equipment. I have some professional lighting here that Jenny loaned me. And yeah, so that's our project. The working title is the Stripper Storytelling Project. It might not end up being that title, but we're interviewing the dancers here in Humboldt, and then I'm hoping to also be able to interview some dancers at a club I've worked at in Oregon.
Cool. So is there a Facebook page for this project, or anywhere that people can check for updates in the future?
There isn't, because there's a lot of confidentiality issues with this project, because I'm doing it through the university, and it's not technically research, because there's institutional things that have to happen in order for it to be researched. So this project, basically, there's just some concerns from the institution, from the school, about like the like the confidentiality of the participants. And so we're not marketing it. It's not being commercially marketed. It's just going to be at this point a project for my thesis. And everyone who participated in it will get a copy. If at some point there's some interest for it to be more broadly distributed, I'm going to need to go back to every single person who participated in it and get consent from them about that. And that's a whole nother process that I don't really know how it works.
Yay, well, thanks for being on the show, and we'll be sure to check in with you later to see how that goes.
Thanks.
I'm Jenny Nexus, and this is Curtis Confused, and today we're going to do an interview to talk about how you came to host the podcast Eureka Live.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up, and I hear that you're from Minnesota.
Yes, I grew up in the cold part of the country in Minnesota, in a suburb of St. Paul. Let's see, by the time I was 4, my mom thought something was wrong with me, that I was deaf or something. I wasn't responding to anything, and she brought me to the doctor, and he snuck up behind me and slammed a book, and I reacted, and so he was like, well, he's not deaf, but anyways, that's a story from my youth. I don't remember much else from that part until I got to kindergarten, and I felt uncomfortable right away in kindergarten. I think I had social anxiety.
So it turns out that you were in fact responsive. Maybe you just didn't necessarily like what you were hearing around you.
That could have been it, yeah. I think that might have been the case.
So that was your early childhood, and then you went through school, middle school and high school and stuff?
Yeah, before I got to middle school, when I was in elementary school, I was I was the best reader in my class. My mom really read a lot to me, and although it was a lot of Bible stuff and Jehovah's Witness propaganda, she did teach me to read really well, and that's always been appreciated. If you're listening or watching, Mom, doubt it. But yeah, and so I went through elementary school. I liked a girl in kindergarten, so that was my first experience with love. And then I had maybe one more girlfriend or two in elementary school, but I didn't know what to do. I remember the first time the one called, I just acted like I was somebody else. You know? I didn't know what to do because my mom was listening. Anyways, I got to junior high, and that's when I started to rebel. I dyed my hair, I pierced my septum, and I got into LSD and just whatever I could get my hands on, inhalants, all kind of crazy shit.
Oh yeah, whippets and shit?
Yeah, whippets.
Little glue.
I don't want to influence the kids watching too much, but yeah, a lot of trying to escape myself, and my parents fought a lot, and I would go to the basement of my house and just kind of hide out in the dark, listen to whatever, 9 Inch Nails, Cracker, weird stuff, I don't know. It's been a long path from the suburbs of Minnesota to Eureka. I did end up going to Seattle and getting into hip-hop music up there. I would say learning how to do sound editing and stuff is kind of what led to being able to do a podcast, and now that I'm doing the podcast, it's great, you know? It's changed my life, it's made me social. I had a very hard time fitting in Eureka and Humboldt County. I've never lived in any place outside of a big metropolitan area, and I found that no one cared who I was, really. It seemed like, whereas I was used to in the city, I felt like I was someone, and I guess it was from people knowing about my music and stuff. But here I had to come to a new understanding of stuff, and no one cared enough about my music to the point where I was like, I've got to create a media where I can play my music. And so that was a big part of the podcast beginning, was I want people to hear my shit.
Sweet. Well, I definitely heard it, and that's what inspired me to be in touch with you, and now we're going to turn that podcast into a video series for YouTube, so
yeah.
See how many people we can interview for the show and what kinds of philosophies and music we can come up with. And
yeah, my philosophy to some extent, one of them is that everyone is important in Eureka, from the person hula hooping in the park to the person sitting out front of the Hillsdale building looking at her phone all day, every day, to the mentally retarded guy, to everyone. I interview everyone. I love everyone in Eureka for the most part, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's a community building effort, and I hope to make some kind of positive changes, and and certainly you seem to have the same type of feelings about that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm all about positive change and any way that we can express ourselves in healthy ways and create outlets for creativity and other like skill building assets that are valuable for people, and especially the youth or other people that don't feel like they have an outlet or a safe place to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'd be great to see positive change all around the world, and we're given this life to do something special with it, so.
Yeah, I really feel like this is a way that we'll do that, and I don't know, I guess this is an important, even though this might be dragging on for some people waiting for me to start interviewing tweakers again, but this is an important part to just, get to know us a little bit and what we're doing, and from here on, you'll see it unfold, whether it's like Trailer Park Boys or whether it's more like Pierce Morgan, or whether, I don't know what it's going to be like.
Cool.
Do you?
I have so many ideas. I'm like, how could this go wrong? I'm like, well, no matter how I look at it, I don't think it can go wrong. I think it's, our own personal lives and sharing what we want to share and giving other people the opportunity to voice their whatever they want. If they're doing something artistic or if they have problems they want to talk about, then it's just an opportunity to get out there and share what's going on. And
yeah. I'm actually in school finishing up this year to be a certified counselor, addiction specialist, and that is part of this whole thing. Is I feel like I'm going around trying to counsel people in my community, giving them an opportunity to just talk when no one listens. Some people I can just tell no one cares, no one listens, but I do, and it seems like it is cool. Anything
else you'd like to share for this interview?
No, there's a lot more, but it'll just unfold as time goes on,
Cool. All right, well, thanks, Eureka. See you next time.
Thank you.
This is Jenny Nexus, and today we are interviewing
the exotic outlaw
and the Confederate man, James King Lytle III, a fisherman.
Well, why don't you tell Eureka a little bit about yourselves?
Well, I'm a commercial fisherman, and I catch crabs and salmon and albacore, and I've been here for a long time. Went to college at Humboldt State, and I'm an art major.
Oh, cool. So you catch crabs?
Yes.
And things?
Well, not crabs, crab.
Crabs out of the ocean kinds of crabs?
Yes,
Don't
the
catch
ocean
the crabs.
But you went to HSU for art?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And then you stayed here and started your business and stuff?
Yes, because there was no money in art.
That's what they
I don't
say.
want to hear that because I'm going to school art major.
Well, I wasn't a good enough artist like her.
Aw, thank you.
And what kind of art do each of you do?
I'm a painter. I'm working on a series of outlaw country stars that are black and white with really giant ones. I've done Dolly Parton and Hank Williams and Jesse Coulter, and I'm working on Waylon Jennings right now.
So black and white oil paintings?
They're acrylic.
Acrylic? Cool.
I used to do photography, and actually I taught a beginning photography class and at Humboldt State, and I do sculptures out of ceramics.
Wow.
So those are my two mediums.
That's great. What kind of sculpting do you do?
Mainly fish.
Fish?
They're really cool.
Yeah, really crazy looking fish.
The one of the eel is my favorite.
Yeah, I got little fishmen coming out of pants and stuff.
Cool.
And fish do have tongues.
Oh, yes?
Well, somebody asked me that once. So I made a fish with a tongue, so that fish had a tongue.
Oh, that's cute. And I hear that you also have a hot tub.
Yes.
Is it like a hot tub time machine or just a straight up hot tub?
It's like a stripper time machine.
We see how many strippers and I could get in at the same time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So that sounds like a party. Like, when can I sign up for that party?
Anytime you want.
Okay, cool. You'll just give me a ring-a-ding-ding next time you have a
Yeah.
hot tub stripper time machine. I'll be right there.
Well, beam me up, Scotty.
Hell yeah. Is there anything else you would like to say about life in Eureka or your own personal lives or where people can find your art online or anything like that?
Well,
You can
No, go on.
Find my live art at the Fabulous Tip Top Club.
Because you're the exotic outlaw.
It's true.
And you can see a picture of me in the co-op holding up some crabs at the Eureka Co-op. It's a picture of me by the meat department.
Oh, so you're by the meat department holding up a fish?
Crabs.
A crab, sorry.
Or crab.
A giant crab picture of you in the Eureka
Me and
Co-op?
my deckhand, and both my deckhands.
Okay, I'll have to stop in there and take a picture for.
Yeah, it's a good picture.
Cool. Well, thanks for being on the show, and we hope to hear from you two again.
Okay, well, hope to hear from you soon for the hot tub party.
Yeah, I better believe it. I'll have to report on that hot tub party.
Adios. What a fright.
Would you like to be interviewed for the Eureka Live TV show? Oh, excuse me, Mr. Mukau.
MC confused, MC confused. Yeah, MC confused, MC confused. Yeah, middle and MC confused. Crying I'm coming, motorcycle man, tattoo on his hand, Arizona plan. On a pirate ship, another slip, another galaxy to trip. A family of souls and sticks, a wish for nothing all at once. I need to tell you right up front, I need to offer what you want. From Hollywood to North Vermont, from Vietnam to Queens and Mars. Taking pills to avoid pain, inside dancing in the rain. Making sure that I smoke weed when the internet steal me. Now we learn to vape our weed, now it's time to go outside. Now the internet is free for private eyes and the police. And now the war is time to stop, visit Paris high on pot. Berlin's the top graffiti spot or not. New York and California, artists from way before ya. Texas and Pennsylvania, tulips in Transylvania. New York and California, artists from way before ya. Texas and Pennsylvania, tulips in Transylvania. Wanted for their hits, the international artist. So you said haunted in the script, I should have haunted my outfit. But now I'm just barely alive, crawling through this swamp just outside. They should have called cable TV, instead I'm homeless, hot and free. I'm known to wear black alligator, puffin' Northern Cali vapor. I'm the smart greyhound avoider, no gang ties, indie reporter. Crying I'm coming, motorcycle man, tattoo on his hand, Arizona plan. Crying I'm coming, motorcycle man, motor city man, tattoo on his hand, Arizona plan, Arizona plan. For ya. MC confused. Crying I'm coming, motorcycle Motorcycle man, tattoo on his hand, Arizona plan, motorcycle man, Motor City man, tattoo on his hand, Arizona plan, Arizona plan. MC confused. Yum, 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 yum. New York and California, artists from way before you. Tulips in Transylvania. Tulips in Transylvania. Tulips in Transylvania.